Now we're going to talk about toxic people. Now, toxic people are basically just controlling people that don't have access to their empathy. They're bipolarized. They sit all the way over here. That's toxic. Your access to your emotional brain is where your empathy lives. Your access to your joy and sadness allows you to empathize with other people's joy and sadness. And thus, putting a line or a stopper in your head in between you completely self-servicing yourself, which is what controlling people do. Your empathy button is basically what stops you from doing bad things, like, I don't know, touching children or manipulating people. Your access to your right brain is where your morality lives. So let's put that on the map, because that one's an important one. There you go. Anybody else see a mass decline in morality right now? Yeah, it's all the same thing. Now, the depths that people have gone to as I've gone through this process in attempts to stop me is just unfathomable to me. Like, it's unheard of. It really puts perspective on, me feeling like I'm supposed to be doing this. Because there isn't a story where somebody comes back from trauma with messages for the land that literally every single person has tried to uprise against me. But if you think I'm going to keep your secrets for you, I'm not. And I fundamentally know that I'm here to help you, even if you don't want it. Now, I moved into an area in Ontario where there's a large sports community, and yes, I've known the whole time. You guys have been trying to hide it, like crawling around like little rats. It's disturbing. Now, I'm going to tell you what I know of this situation because I'm not hiding anything for anybody anymore. I'm going to tell you what I know about this situation, but I know that there's huge chunks missing, and it's basically because I've been kept out of whatever proverbial toxic loop that you have. And we're going to tie the whole story back together in the end because now it's my mother working through these people as well, Mummy Dearest. And again, everybody rising up. Now, when I moved into this area, I started to get a little bit of attention, and I get attention everywhere I go, so that's not surprising. But I started to get a little attention, and the first person that actually acted up against me was my best friend. Well, now ex-best friend. I don't know what exactly she said, but I know she said something, and that was the beginning of it. Now, I will never say another word to that woman for the rest of her and my life. So her name is Brandy, by the way. Now, I think it was her that informed my ex that all of this was occurring, and he really kicked off the bullying committee. Like, he got it going, and it went on for quite a while. And I think it went in all the way up into their executive team. Like, they all ganged up. Was there illegal activities in there? Possibly. Breaknunner, maybe? I don't know. But what I do know is there's probably a really juicy group chat. There's probably a really juicy group chat somewhere. Now, was this all part of the cultural issues that they had last year? I don't know, but that's a big maybe. So my ex basically talks smack about me. Just the utter awful shit, and I think it was pretty broad, like one of those group chats that you wouldn't want the wives of the community to figure out about. So he spread shit about me on this group chat until somebody said that they didn't care, and then he told them that he wanted me back. How fucked up is that? Just be aware, if I even cracked open that door to my ex, he would come plowing through it. This was my decision. And just for the record, I would rather cut off one of my fingers willingly than even sit in a room with him for more than 10 minutes. That ship has sailed. He's never coming back in here. Now, at this point, I think my ex went to my mother and informed her all of the stuff that was going on. And my mother doesn't want me to have any power right now because she's lied to me about my father's will. So that's when she came into the community and started triangulating my neighbors, which she's still doing to this day. Now, my mother is banking on me going bankrupt, and she has controlled my life through other human beings for my whole life. Her toxic trait is triangulation, and she's very good at it because she's very charming. But understand this, you're all being utilized as pawns. There is absolutely nothing wrong with me. She's trying to make sure that I don't have any resources, so I can't figure out what she's done. Now, not only will that not stop me, but you understand that what you're doing through my community right now is illegal. And just let's take a pause now, and I will remind you that this is the accounting firm that lied to me about my father's will, and these are all the 3 people that are connected to that file. Now let's all pause here and reflect. How many people do you think are going to rise up against Ash to make sure that she doesn't help domestic abuse victims? Big committee of monkeys, isn't it? Now, there's one person in the community that has really, really big feelings for me, as I mentioned in a previous video, and he's not even allowed to get in touch with me because they're trying to shut me up. Shut up. But now that I've talked about my puddle of toxic goo, I'm now being exposed to his puddle of toxic goo, which he also has. He's another little light bulb. And I called that as soon as I saw him. And for the record, he started it.